This is the story of an evil mother and another horrifying case of Munchausen by proxy. This is the story of the very twisted life of Hope Ybarra. This is Hope Ybarra, and she has a pretty established history of lying to people to get their attention. She ultimately had two daughters. The first daughter, she claimed, was born with cerebral palsy and claimed that she needed ankle braces for the first year of her life. And cerebral palsy is a lifelong affliction. There's no cure. Her second daughter was born prematurely, and so she required a lot of medical attention and focused a lot of her time on her second daughter. And then by some miracle, her first daughter's cerebral palsy was cured. Right after she got married in 1998, she obtained her PhD by going to night school and was able to secure a position as a lab director at a pharmaceuticals company. In 2001, she said that she was diagnosed with cancer, which had spread to her bone, brain, and lungs. She started a blog documenting her journey, and for the next 8 years, her life was filled with tragedy. She claimed that the chemotherapy had terrible effects on her hearing, so she learned sign language and had a cochlear implant put in. She also claimed that she had fallen pregnant with twins. She wore maternity clothes, she named them, set up a baby shower, but claims she had a miscarriage due to all of the chemotherapy treatments. So she took out a ton of money to have the twins cremated. She even got their names tattooed on her back. Now let's go back to talking about her second daughter. Hope claimed that due to her daughter being born prematurely, she had a slew of health problems, like she had trouble swallowing, she had cystic fibrosis, and anemia. Due to all the medications she needed for her cystic fibrosis, she had a central line put in, which is basically a port directly to your heart. Doctors became suspicious when her daughter kept being admitted for anemia and would leave completely healthy. And then something terrible happened. Her daughter became incredibly sick because she received an iron infusion to treat her anemia, and that's because she didn't have anemia. She didn't have cystic fibrosis. She was by all accounts a perfectly healthy child being made sick by her mother. I said she was a pathological liar, so let me break down some of the lies in this story. The first one being that she never actually got her PhD. But forgeries and smooth talking, she was able to get a job that gave her access to a lot of really dangerous pathogens, and she was inserting those into her daughter's IV line in addition to fecal matter. She also never had cancer, and she wasn't pregnant with twins. They found the urns were completely empty. She was interviewed in 2009 and identified as hearing impaired, but her hearing and speech was fine by the end of the interview. And that's the story of the twisted lies of Hope Ybarra.